in the light heavyweight division at UFC 308. This is the full fight reaction for Magomed Ankalaev versus Aleksandar Rakic. Both guys getting introduced right now as we speak. It is going down, ladies and gentlemen. And, Aleksandar Rakic is making the return to the octagon for the second time since the injury. And as we've seen, the first fight back for guys like Yuri, Jamal Hill, Chris Weidman didn't go well, right? But the second fight did go well. But this is a big and tall task for Aleksandar Rakic. So both guys introduced. Here we go. Let's get it going. And let's get this fight over with quick so we can get to Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. Please believe it. Both guys kind of circling the octagon, staring each other down. And here we go. The ref sets it up. The fight's underway. And Ankalaev comes out big with a left. And he's going to be looking to get a finish here, right? Because if he wants a title shot, he's got to earn it. He's really got to earn it. He's got to go for it. And a big leg kick by Rakic. Yeah, and Rakic looks very big coming into this fight. He just looks way better than he did in the last fight already. Just moving much better. Leg strength looks like it's back. Upper body, shoulders, back, everything. Just looks strong. And normally Magomed Ankalaev looks big, but he don't look too big standing against Aleksandar Rakic, that's for sure. 40 seconds gone. Both guys feeling each other out. It's Rakic up 3-0 right now. Early in the first round. So throughout the watch party today, please get involved in the chat room. Get involved in that poll, who you like, Khamzat or Robert Whittaker. We'll look and dive deep into that as soon as this fight's over. Please believe it. We'll also give you the full fight predictions for the co-main event and main event, which includes the featherweight title, right? So Poirier versus Holloway, we got them 7-8 on the do list. And very tough prediction there. Two guys I really like going toe-to-toe. Ankalaev and Rakic early on here, just trading leg kicks. Not a lot of action. Starting to pick up a little bit, though. Another leg kick by Rakic blocked by Ankalaev. And let us not forget, Ankalaev lands a big left there. He's the #1 contender, right? Alex Pereira does not want to fight him. The UFC will not set it up, right? He had that opportunity to get the belt, and it was a lackluster performance against Jan Blachowicz, which led to a draw. A very disappointing draw at the time when the light heavyweight title was vacant. And he has not been forgiven yet by the UFC, and probably won't until he gets a dominant victory via KO, submission, something like that. Rakic was a guy at one time before the injury. Looked like he was cruising towards a title, right? But the whole landscape has changed now with the likes of Alex Pereira, Yuri Prochazka, Magomed Ankalaev, Jamal Hill. All those guys have kind of surged ahead. Nice leg kick by Rakic. But all those guys have kind of surged ahead of him, as you would expect, because he was out for like a year. Came back and didn't look well against Yuri. But guys are tentative following any type of big injury. They all are. Jamal Hill was, right? Yuri Prochazka was, Chris Weidman was, but they all came back and won the second fight. And a nice body kick by Magomed. 3 minutes gone. 11-5 Rakic and significant strikes. And another leg kick by Rakic. So you can see he's trying to slow down Magomed, who's not very fast anyway. He's just gonna be in your face the whole fight. He's gonna walk you down, not chase you down, but walk you down. So you got to keep sliding. You got to land a few and then get out of there. And then Rakic is doing a good job of that early on in this fight. Another inside leg kick by Rakic. Starting to frustrate Magomed for sure. Ankalaev with only one loss. The guy's 19-1 as a professional. Rakic 14-4. He was 14-3. And at that time, he was cruising, man. He was beating everyone in his path. Things are much different now, though. Ankalaev continues to walk down Rakic. And although Rakic got out to an early lead in the strike game, Magomed is slowly coming back. It's now 13-8. And I would give anything for a finish right now because I want to see the next fight so bad that I would give anything for a finish. I mean, let's get this thing going. Somebody get the finish, please. A nice right by Rakic, but at the same time, Ankalaev landed a kick to the body. And there's a tap for the first round. And both guys will finish in the center of the octagon. A left landed by Ankalaev, but if you look on paper, right, 14-8, Rakic in significant strikes. That will lead you to believe he got that round, but it was 5-2 in head strikes for Ankalaev, so that's a toss-up right there. Who knows who's getting that one? Get involved in the chat room. We'll look in there between fights. Can't get distracted right now, right? We got to pay attention to this fight because when you blink or you take your eyes off a fight, that's when a finish happens. It's like every time it happens. So we will get into the chat room between fights. I know a lot of you are tuning in, are big Khamzat Chimaev fans. You know this channel. We love Khamzat Chimaev. That's our guy. And some of you are tuning in because you don't like Khamzat, and that's cool too. Welcome. Unlike politics, we always welcome both sides. So both guys getting some good coaching in the corners between the rounds, kind of telling them, you know, more or less get back to the game plan. It's a slow start to the fight. Neither guy can be guaranteed to win in that round. So that kind of puts things up in the air, right? And you got to be aggressive the next two rounds because you don't know who won round one. So even if you win this round, you might have lost the first one. That's where we're at. Ooh, spinning back elbow by Magomed. Rakic to me just looks more solid. He's got more pop in his kicks, in his punches. He just has more power. His legs look stronger. His upper body looks stronger. He just looks like he's back. Is he 100% back? Probably not. He's probably 90 to 95%. But he's probably feeling the best, obviously, that he's felt in the last 2 years, for sure. And it's unfortunate for Rakic because there was a time when the belt was changing hands. It was up for grabs. Nobody wanted to take it. And that whole time he was out injured, right? Very well could have been the champ at some point in time. Timing is everything. And it just hasn't been good timing for Aleksandar Rakic. So far, even in round two. Been even throughout the fight. 7-3 in head strikes, though, for Ankalaev. Boom. Nice stiff right for Rakic. Followed by a left from Ankalaev. So these guys are definitely trading. Not big exchanges. You know, one here, one there. Rakic continues to reset because Ankalaev continues to chase him down. Or shall I say, walk him down. He's definitely not chasing. And this is the thing for Ankalaev, right? It's not pretty. It's not big time action. That's what cost him the title against Blachowicz. A fight he clearly won, right? Like 53-36 in significant strikes, but nobody's impressed. So it leads to a draw. Now it seems like Rakic is slowing down a little bit after that last leg kick. Crowd getting loud now. They're liking this. Sense something's going to happen. Big left by Ankalaev. It does feel that way. Feels like Rakic is slowing down. And a leg kick up top by Magomed. Ooh, big left by Magomed. And man, could he use a finish. If he gets a finish, he's fighting for the title. All is forgiven, Magomed, if you can get the finish here. If not, I don't know. And I still think Pereira beats everyone in this division pretty easily right now. I mean, even look at Magomed. I think he beats him pretty easily. Rakic lost to Yuri, but if he can get a win here, that could be a guy you could look at and say, well, maybe Rakic has a chance because he's tall, he's strong, he's kind of built like Pereira. No one possesses the power that Pereira does, but you can make the case that could be a potentially good fight if Rakic can win this one. If he wins this one, he's back at number 1 or number 2, right where he left off prior to the injury. 1 minute left here, round 2. 29-21 in significant strikes, so exactly equal in this round, but 10-3 Ankalaev. So another left by Ankalaev. So the problem for Rakic here is he's not landing head strikes. He's landing a lot of kicks, right? 22 leg kicks. But you don't get credit for those in the judges' scorecard. 18-16 in this round in terms of significant strikes. Final 30 seconds. Ankalaev has the lead here by 2 strikes. So, very close. That's what I'm telling you. That's very, very close. Neither guy looks like they really want to take it. There's a tap for round 2. And that'll do it in round 2. Yeah, and DC and them are talking about right now is that Magomed believes he could fight Pereira for the title, that he could take him down. But the bottom line is Ankalaev's not taking a lot of guys down. He's getting caught in these slow-paced fights, right? It's 32-25 after 2 rounds. Not great. You look at Magomed Ankalaev and you say you just got 25 significant strikes after 2 rounds. Where's the power? Where's the fear that would give you a reason to fight Pereira? Now, you could make the case that he's beaten everyone in front of him, right? You can make that case. You can make the case that Pereira has fought everybody from Yuri, I think twice, or was it either Yuri or Jamal Hill twice. So he's fought those 2-3 times. He's fought Khalil Roundtree. And at some point, Magomed's waving his hands in the air like, when's my turn? But it's just not exciting. If this fight continues this way, you're not going to walk away from it saying Magomed deserves a fight for the title. You're just not. And we talked about this in the prediction. We talked about this in the lead up to this fight, that Magomed needs to get a finish. Big right to start round 3 for Rakic. Final round. So listen, stay tuned because Hamza and Whitaker are up next. You don't want to leave because that fight is going to be fireworks. And Ankalaev, a huge favorite now, 13-1. I don't know if that's correct. Maybe he did win round 1 with more head strikes because Rakic hasn't done very much. And a big left by Ankalaev. Some people saying on X 19-19, some saying 20-18 Ankalaev. One saying 19-19, but could be 20-18 Ankalaev. So, and that's exactly how it looks. Is it such a slow pace fight that it's just not good? And this is Ankalaev's style. He's trying to slow things down, right? Pereira's kind of the same way, but Pereira is going to finish you at some point. And if his opponent's striking, he will too, like we saw against Khalil Roundtree. He had to rise to the occasion. Khalil Roundtree put on the best performance of any light heavyweight so far against Alex Pereira. Still didn't move up in the rankings, though. Isn't that crazy? Still didn't move up in the rankings. 90 seconds gone here, final round. All right, come on, boys. Who wants this thing? Who wants to win this fight? Who wants to win this fight? Does anyone want to win this fight? Can we get some action? And a nice left there by Ankalaev. But both guys really, it's like no combinations. It's just, one jab here. They reset. Rakic is doing a good job of sliding out of harm's way. But just not enough action. Ooh, nice left by Ankalaev. And it's just, can't be stressed enough how much bigger a finish here for Ankalaev would be as opposed to even a unanimous decision. I mean, the finish is what he needs. Which is crazy, right? Because you're the number one contender. Any other number one contender, they win a decision or getting a title fight. Not Ankalaev. Now Rakic catches a leg. He drives Ankalaev back into the fence. Really the first clinch, it seems like, of this fight. Problem for Rakic remains just 6 head strikes in this fight. He's dominating leg kicks. But, that's not going to do anything here. A lot of the leg kicks are to the legs. Again, you don't get credit for those. 145 left in the fight. Well, we may not get the finish, but we're a minute and a half away, 90 seconds away from the big co-main event, Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. And I don't know how this fight's going to play out. I believe Khamzat is going to win. But I can tell you it's not going to be like Aliskerov. If you think Khamzat is on the same level as Ikram Aliskerov, you're crazy. But in a fight, especially against Robert Whittaker, the Reaper, anything can happen. I mean, the guy is for real, man. He's not a joke. He's still in championship form. And a win over Khamzat will give him, and all the other guys he's beat since he last lost, gives him the right to start calling for a title shot. So he's coming in serious. Fans starting to chant now. They want to see some action. Whistles, people sort of booing, things of that nature. It's just not very exciting. And you're not going to get a title fight like this, Magomed. I don't care if you're the number one contender. No one's going to believe with this performance that you're going to beat Alex Pereira. Because Pereira's landed more than 6 head strikes in 3 rounds. And Magomed's only landing 16. So you got Rakic led round 1 in significant strikes, mostly leg kicks. Round 2 is tied. Round 3, Rakic leads. But again, a lot of those are leg kicks. They're not head strikes. So you're not going to get credit in the judges' scorecards. We'll see how it goes. It's a very tough fight for the judges to score. To me, clearly Ankalaev won, but it just wasn't exciting. And there's no noise from the crowd at the end of the fight. All these great fights we've seen tonight. Lerone Murphy, Dan Ige, you got some big ones in the prelims. You had some finishes, but all the decisions have been great fights. Not this one. This one was just a lackluster performance. So, I wouldn't even be surprised by a split decision because you may have some judges say, I just don't know. I don't know. Wasn't that much action. I'll just give it to Rakic, So we'll have to wait and see. Get a look at the replays. I don't know. There's not many replays because it's all single strikes. It's like one punch, and then they, move around for 20 seconds. Then another punch, then they move around. Rakic had the lead in significant strikes at the end of the fight. Again, mostly leg kicks. Over 30 leg kicks. Ankalaev, about 19 head strikes to about 10 for Rakic. So just a very hard fight to to judge and boring, and Ankalaev, regardless if he wins, cannot come out of this and call out Alex Pereira. It's just, you're going to have to do something big time to get that fight, to get people believing. Here we go. Bruce Buffer. It's going to be unanimous. 29-28. Wow. Here we go. Magomed Ankalaev gets the win. He's going to move to 20-1. That means all three judges gave probably round one to Rakic, which is incredible because it was all leg strikes. How do you win a round when you only have 8 significant strikes? Well, eight head strikes, I should say. But nonetheless, that's the way it goes. Light heavyweight division, UFC 308.